Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tarot reading for Stray Kids Lino. It was requested in the comment section, so I wanted to do it because also Lino it's my bias, so I want to see how he's doing. And also to remind you that this is going to be like the beginning of new individual tarot readings for the other Stray Kids members. I'm starting to do like a general reading for the second half of the year, the 6 months or the months that are left from this year to till the end. So let's see what he got. Let's also remember a bit about his energy. I always take this into consideration. It's very important for me, so I can tell them apart from other signs. And he is a Scorpio with a moon in Sagittarius, so a lot of intensity, a lot of straightforward passion here. So let's see the card that he got. He got the Ace of Wands, the Hermit, the Queen of Wands, the Hangman in reverse, Free of Coins, the World, King of Swords, Knight of Coins, the Moon, and the Seven of Wands. So yes, he's starting in like this new chapter in his life where he's going to be very busy in the sense that he is going to have a lot of opportunities for him to show his talent in a very energetic and in a very action-based kind of performance, in the sense that he will have to get in touch more with his passionate and with his energetic nature, and also being courageous and bold enough to show himself, to actually take these opportunities, because I believe that these are work related opportunities. Probably these are opportunities that are coming his way and are also like marking the beginning of a new stage in his life, a new state where he will have to show himself a bit more. Here next to the Hermit, I know that he is an introvert. He is an Scorpio, of course, so he does have these moments where he's not really good at interacting with people that he is not familiar with, or it takes a while for him to actually feel comfortable with new people, a new environment. He's someone that he takes his time to observe everyone and everything. He's not someone that is going to befriend you or become friend with you or become closer to you just because you just said hi to him and you just, I don't know, smile to him. For him it takes a while to actually show himself and interact and be more like social. But at the same time, like I was saying, his moon in Sagittarius is actually what is going to, an energy that actually he will have to start to get comfortable with, in a sense that Sagittarius is a fire sign, and this energy, it's something that also opens a lot of opportunities for the world to see you, and for you to be more adventurous, for you to be more risky when it comes to making changes in your reality. I think that this is an aspect of him that he definitely needs to put more into practice. I believe he will get more comfortable with this as the years pass by, because now he's very connected, or at least he had been connected with his Scorpio nature, with this kind of secretive nature where he just observes and analyzes everything, and he plays like this kind of mysterious and detective kind of persona, where he just is like looking from a corner. He's like in the shadows, like trying to observe everyone's actions and trying to come out with a perception or like an opinion about who is who and why they do what they do, and I think that now in this stage that he is work related when it comes to his work and his profession, is actually asking him to step up into the light and actually, yes, be more bold, be ready to expose yourself, to put yourself in the first row, to put yourself in the spotlight. I know he's not a fan of being in the spotlight, but he definitely needs to be prepared to do so, because I see these opportunities actually asking him to take this very charismatic side of him, because I definitely think that he can be really funny, that he is very entertaining, and that he has a really nice personality, especially for kind of variety shows, or and he is hilarious when with his humor, but at the same time he needs to let people see that side of him. I think that he is someone that he can be sociable, but he's very selective when it comes to whom he's sociable with, or from whom he hangs out with. He's not someone that is going to be like hanging around with everyone. It takes a while for him, but I think that this opportunity that it's about work is going to somehow be like this kind of push, this kind of like an opportunity for him to jump from this from this hermit mode of him, for him being like a bit shy, and always actually consider himself to be that way, and to always be that way. I think that there's a bit of a stubbornness in the way he perceives himself, and probably he excuses himself all the time whenever someone like ask him to do something different or to act differently. Probably he's like, oh no, I am this way, I always behave this way, I will always be this way, and I will never change. And I think that actually life is changing him, and his career is changing also, because I see him as this queen of wands, like letting all your potentials out. Also, that the competition is high in this industry, so you definitely need to be able to show your traits, to show what you're about, to show your talents. And here with the hangman, I think that it will take a while for him. It's not going to be easy for him. But I think that when he finally sees himself in this role of actually being more exposed in when it comes to I don't know, him having like more screen time, or him having like more exposure, I think that he will be amazed, and he will start like seeing himself, and also seeing his circumstances in a different light, in a sense that he will no longer be like this kind of person that he just like adapts to what the group is doing. I think that there's something about him hiding in the back. Like, and I know that probably this has to do with the fact that I believe that he was a backup dancer before joining the group. So I think that he has this kind of like he's accustomed, he's used to be in the back. He doesn't want to draw attention to himself. He just wants to be like behind other members, blending in and trying to be invisible if it's possible, but actually I think that this instance in his life is going to require of him a lot more of him feeling more confident with himself, and him being able to be comfortable with these new roles that he's going to be getting. He's going to learn to do a lot of things, and he also is going to learn to be more flexible, and to not and to just laugh at his mistakes, and at the things that probably make him feel a bit uncertain. He does have a very good personality. I believe he's someone that is very interesting, and that he has a very distinctive kind of humor. I think that he has a lot of magnetism at the same time, and he's very charismatic when he wants to. He just have to be bold enough to set this potential free, because it's like as he's saving that part of himself for from intimacy, and for people that really know him or he had known for a while. But I think that now he needs to use this sides of himself also for his career. And then with the Three of Pentacles, the World, and the King of Swords, I see that they are working as a group, all of them. They are working in the details. And I don't know if Street Kids is going to have a comeback soon, but I think that they are getting ready to. They are already closing a cycle in their career, and they are about to start a new one that is going to be very magnificent. It's going to be very different. I think that this experience in Kingdom has changed them somehow. It's like they are still amazed and they are very motivated by that experience. I think that they learned so much about their own potential and about their own synastry and about their own um, yes, synastry. It's about their energy as a group, and also their resilience, how they are able to overcome obstacles, and to be able to be adaptable enough to make it, even when you lack confidence, and sometimes, I don't know, some events occur that you sometimes you just have to work with whatever is given to you. So I think that they are very proud of themselves, that they actually got to win this show. But it's not much about winning. It's more about being appreciated of the whole process, that they how they were able to create such a good connection with other idol groups, and at the same time how they cheer each other up, how they saw each other's potential in a different light, how they were able to witness their potential developed in front of their eyes, and also in front of other groups' eyes. They are really grateful, and they are very motivated to keep on working. And here with the King of Swords, I think the King of Swords also represents Lino, and it represents actually it represents that he needs to speak up more, and probably he will. He needs to speak up more about what he needs and what he wants. And he needs to put himself in the first place. I think that also he had felt a bit more comfortable with his own performance when he had to work with other groups, and at the same time when he had to take like the lead role in the choreography, or when he had to be like in the front, or when he had to sing more lines that what he's used to, and when he was the center of attention. And I think that this for him it's like a new way to actually being like, oh yes, I know I can do it, so I can be really good at this. And so now, from now on, I'm going to be a bit more clear and open and honest about my performance and my role in the group. I think that he is not the same Lino that he was last year. I think that he changed completely because he had to adapt. He had to adapt working with other people that he didn't know, and at the same time of taking a more active role. Action and passion are something that is going to be very much required for him. And also when it comes to be courageous, I think that this also has to do with the fact of him actually getting more lines or more screen time when it comes to the group. I think that definitely there had been like a shift in Lino's exposure. I don't know much about the distributions of the lines in Stray Kids songs. I had no idea. I have no idea. So, but I think that he could potentially be getting more lines, or probably like much more exposure, or him having like a different, like like them putting him more like also in the front, like. And I think that this also, it's about being fair with him, and at the same time it's about fairness and it's about equality, because he had worked a lot during Kingdom, and he showed that he definitely deserves this exposure. So definitely he's feeling proud of himself. It's not because it wasn't something that he was asking for this. It's just that the events developed this way, because you know that Hyunjin was absent, so he somehow had to take like a strong role and presence in the group in order to like to fill that void, you know. And I think that he did it amazingly, and probably from now on he's like feeling confident to be like, oh yes, I want to participate more, or I want this and I want that. So that probably in the past he didn't feel, I wouldn't say he didn't feel um strong enough to say something. I just think that he is someone that he just went with the flow. You know, he was like, oh, okay, what do I have to do? Do I have to sit here? Do I have to like place myself here? Do I have to look at this way? Do I have to be this way? Do I have to not be this way? He's like, he's someone that, since his background is being a backup dancer, it's like he's used to getting directions. You know, people being like, oh yes, you should stand here, do here, look here, go there. You know, he's like almost like on automatic, you know, an automatic pilot, and he's very hardworking. So he doesn't like pay attention to be like, oh yes, like, oh, I'm here in this position, and but I think that from now on he's going to have like a more sharp eyes and also mouth. He's going to be a bit more opinionated, which I think that it's going to be very liberating for him to have a saying in the group's important decisions. I think he totally deserves it. I think that somehow life is pushing him to be more open and more communicative about how he feels, you know, because I think that he definitely needs to do so. He needs to do it, because if he doesn't, no one is going to like telepathically. Sorry, I'm struggling with that word. Uh, be intuitive enough to guess what he wants. You know, he needs to put his desires and his needs into words. He needs to work with his communication with others. And I'm saying this because I see the Knight of Coins, the Moon, and the Seven of Wands as the last cards, and I see him actually like putting the effort and working very hard and being really responsible as always, but at the same time, him having this kind of uncertainty, and sometimes he does have moments where he mood swings very abruptly, and sometimes it shocks people. It shocks the members, you know, because he can be very talkative and then he can be like ignoring you at the next second. So I think he does have these moments where he probably is under a lot of stress, or he is struggling with something that I don't know if he is doing another job, or if he is doing like another activity, and suddenly he doesn't get the results that he wants because he is a perfectionist. He gets really upset with himself. he gets really in a bad mood. He gets really moody. He gets really like volatile, So if you are near him, it's probably that he will lash out at you, or he will act very like in a very like annoying way, and he will try to pick up like some kind of argument just because um, he's not good at expressing his needs. And he's also someone that probably if he has to ask for help, he's not going to do it. He will just bear the responsibility on his own. And sometimes he does need to speak up, he does need to, because he does. It's not that he doesn't communicate at all. He does has he have his opinion, but sometimes it's like whenever he says something deep, he sometimes ends this kind of confession or this kind of a speech of his, he ends it with an irony or with a joke, trying to make it seem like witty and him trying to sound funny or to make the other person laugh. And sometimes when this happens, it's that it almost like loses its seriousness, or the purpose of what he was saying. Probably he was saying something really deep, but then he made like, I don't know, a small gesture that actually made everyone laugh, because this is very moon in Sagittarius, trying to keep an optimistic kind of mood, but somehow his sun in Scorpio is being very very deepful. It's 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 very deep, if they are saying something, it's because they really mean it, and probably there's a very deep and a strong and meaningful message behind this. But somehow with his moon in Sagittarius, he can be like this kind of jokester, he's like a kind of a chameleon. He doesn't want to worry people at the same time. He doesn't want to he just wants to avoid um, feeling too negative or feeling like too uh, preoccupied, but at the same time he's maturing a lot. And I think that his style of communication is changing. I think that at the beginning he was a bit stubborn, in the sense that probably he, like I said, he expected everyone to somehow guess or be intuitive enough to see what he really wants to say, or what he really needs, or what he really wants, and he's like, oh, yes, if you love me, you must like have this kind of telepathy with me. You should know what I want. And I think that sometimes that's not fair for people that are around him, that probably are not that observant, and it's not because they do not care. It's just that sometimes you have other things in your mind and in your own life that you are not paying attention, so I think that if he definitely needs to open up a bit more, and to not get on the defensive with people, because I think that also it's very hard to actually get close to him, because somehow he's always pushing people away from him. He's always like building this kind of wall between people and him, and that's not that doesn't enable him, to actually build more connections. And also it doesn't help to maintain the relationships that he has. He needs to be a bit he needs to be a bit like more compassionate, with himself and with others, and not get like, because I feel like his personality is more like black or white. He either likes something or he doesn't like it at all, and sometimes he can be a bit extreme, like on the extreme. Because here with the moon here, I see him like sometimes fighting everyone around him, and then actually is expect the other person to follow him everywhere, you know, and to be like interested in him. But it's like, but you just push me away. Why do you want me to be close to you again? Like, I don't. He's like, he's really funny. He's very ambiguous, you know, because he probably pushes people away, but actually he expects people to be around him anyways. So he is a character. He has a very interesting personality. But he's maturing. He's definitely maturing. He's recognizing his own talents and his own abilities, which is very, very good. And it also is going to adapt, add up to his self-image and to his self-acceptance and to him loving himself a bit more. He shouldn't be so hard on himself. You know, he should be a bit more compassionate with him and with others. So guys, this is all I have for Lino. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a like. That it would mean a lot to me. And subscribe if you haven't. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.